Hey, I was just about to call you. Are you running late? What? No, you can't be serious. You can't. You're not coming? But this is a really important piece, and you promised. Okay. Don't yell. It's fine. I'll figure something out. Yeah, it'll be fine. Nope, I'm not mad. Enjoy the game. Unbelievable. It's not as if I've got the biggest show of my freaking life coming up. Not as if the entire point of the series is bodies of those I love pressed into canvas. What am I gonna do? I'm already here at the studio. Everything is set up for this. Hey, wait a second. Maybe I can just find a volunteer. That's it. No need to panic or get pissed off. I'll just find a replacement. I mean, there's no shortage of attractive, interesting folks walking around on the street right now, so okay. Yeah. This'll work. This has to work. And I don't know, maybe it'll make things even better. Force me outside of my comfort zone. Now, all I have to do is find someone with the right look, convince them to take their clothes off, and roll around on a canvas. It's not creepy at all. Okay, here I go then. Oh my god, I am so sorry. I was totally in my own world, and I didn't mean to walk right into you. I'm mortified. Are you okay? Thank God it was iced coffee then. Listen, I run that studio right there. I've got a bathroom where you can clean up. Please, let me help you. Come in. Bathroom is just right through there, the second door on the left. And again, I'm so sorry. I wonder if he might be interested in being my model. He definitely has the look I'm going for. I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to convince him to disrobe for a total stranger. You're back! No lasting damage? I'll absolutely pay for the dry cleaning if you need it. Okay, good. You're not in a rush, are you? I know this will probably seem extremely presumptuous, but I was wondering if you might be interested in doing me a favor? Not for free, of course. I always pay my models. All right, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm working on a show, a series of body painting, canvas, and photography. Essentially, I paint a design on a person, then have them press themselves against canvas, and I photograph the process. I had someone coming to model for me today. He was supposed to be the main focus of the series, but he flaked. Decided to go watch the game with his friends instead. My show is next weekend, and I've been running behind, so getting this last piece done today was pretty important. It was my centerpiece, and now I have no model. I decided to just run out into the square and see if I could find a volunteer, and that's where my head was at when I walked right into you. You have exactly the look I wanted. Don't ask me how I know, I just know. So I wanted to ask you, if you weren't on your way to something important, if you're not busy right now, would you be my model? Before you say yes, if you say yes, you should know that my intention is to show both the front and back of the human form. You're, would be immortalized. You would have to be naked, and I would be painting some very sensitive areas. If you've never modeled before, or if you're shy, it might not be something you're into. And please, no, I won't be upset or offended if you decline. I just had to ask. Wait, really? You would? Oh my God. I know we just met and everything, but I owe you my life. So, do you have any skin sensitivities or allergies or anything like that? These are the paints I'm using. Take a look and tell me if you have any questions or concerns. Yes, it's edible paint. The nature of my show is somewhat explicit. That's not a requirement of you or anything. It was just the original intention of the show was to capture certain intimate moments on the canvas and in the camera. I certainly wouldn't expect a perfect stranger to just, go for it with me. You're blushing. Have I offended you? Maybe it would help if you saw some of the finished pieces. Here, I have some photos. The actual works are already at the showcase. Be warned, they are a little spicy, but tastefully done, in my opinion. So, take a look. Okay, so this one, that was an ex-boyfriend. We went with a medieval scene. See how his... it's a lance. I wanted a bit of whimsy. And this one was my college roommate. She and I went through our experimentation phase a little early. For her, it didn't stick, but for me, well... Anyway, that's what I'm wanting to paint and how I wanted to take the photos. My model was a guy I've been casually seeing for a few months. Not exclusive or anything, but maybe heading that way. Well, it was. He seemed so interested in my work and in exploring human sexuality, but lately, not so much. Seems like the only thing we really have in common is lovemaking, but... Well, after leaving me high and dry like this, that's 100% off the table now. Oh well, his loss. Anyway, I don't expect you to do that part. We can choose our angles carefully, and it'll pretty much look like the real thing, so... Now that I've kind of explained what modeling for me would entail, are you ready to run screaming for the door? No? Wait, you're really still interested? Okay, that's great. Thank you so much. Seriously, I will owe you, and I will pay you. While we're working, I can throw your clothing in the wash. I spend most of my time here, so I've added a few amenities to the space. And it's the least I could do after getting coffee all over your clothes. So there's a robe you can put on. It's hanging on the back of the bathroom door. I'll set up a comfy spot for you. Get everything ready. You just come out when you're done and we can get started. Oh, I didn't catch your name before you take your clothes off. Oh, well, it suits you. Well, it's nice to meet you. I'll see you in a few then. And really, thanks again. Okay, this is going to be great. I can't believe how lucky I got running into someone who's willing to help me. Someone who's so screamingly hot that the job in front of me is going to require extra concentration. Such a cliche to want to get with everyone who models for me, but this guy's so my type. All right, get it together before you freak him out. Hey, okay, so sit down, get comfy. Just gonna open your robe and let it pool around your lap for now. You can keep a little bit of modesty. I'm gonna start painting the base coat on your neck and shoulders, down over your arms, and over your chest. I usually leave the face and more intimate areas for last. How's that feel? Does it tickle at all? And the bristles are okay? I'm not used to painting on strangers, so admittedly, I'm a little nervous. So please, don't be afraid to tell me if you don't like the way this feels. I mean, we can stop at any time. Why don't you tell me a bit about yourself? Where were you headed when I bumped into you? And just out for a walk? Yeah, I love those too. Fresh air and movement is always a good choice. You must be new in town. Your accent is a little... Yes, that's what I was picking up on. What possessed you to move to this neighborhood? Mm. I'm a big fan of fresh starts myself. I'm not sure if it's like an artist thing or not, but I find that every few years I feel the need to reinvent my entire life. Move somewhere new, start over, see what kind of adventures I can find. Are you like that too? I think one of the greatest gifts in life is finding someone who matches your flow of energy or matches your desired flow of energy. Well, let's say that you're a person who grew up in a small town and you've never left. Some folks like that would want to stay in town, settle there, raise kids, whatever. If they end up with someone who wants to leave town, start somewhere new, then it kind of goes one of two ways. If the small town person secretly wants to leave but is afraid to, then their partner's desire to leave will help push them toward doing something they're afraid to do themselves. That would work. But if the small town person really wants to stay, then the relationship is pretty much doomed. Either they move and small town person resents it, or they stay put and the adventurous person resents it. So finding people who match your energy is crucial for any kind of longevity. Does that make sense? That's my working theory, at least. So I'm always on the lookout for people on my wavelength. Me? I'm a tumbleweed. I've lived a lot of different places, but I've never really found what I'm looking for. A reason to stay put. I got married once. Really young, to an unfortunately manipulative older man. I don't think he wanted a wife as much as he wanted someone to do whatever he told them to. Look after his house, cook his meals. He made fun of my painting, my interests. He told me my sole purpose in life was to look after him. First chance I got, I ran out of there. Not my wavelength at all. I mean, if I had stayed there, abandoned my interests and wants, I would be miserable. It wouldn't have worked. Oh, raise your arm, please. Just a little. This bit might be ticklish, I'm sorry. Oh, why did I marry him? Necessity. He had money and my father had medical needs we couldn't afford. The trade-off for him helping us was me marrying him. Was it wrong? Absolutely. Would I do it again? In a heartbeat. We got my father for a few more years, and I wouldn't trade that for anything. You know, I haven't told that story to anyone before. I'm not really sure why I told it now. We don't even know each other. But I suppose sometimes there's safety in that. Talking to someone who doesn't already have judgments placed on you, you know? How about you? What tragic tale would you like to get off your chest with a total stranger who isn't judging? I'm all ears. Huh. Fair enough. I suppose it is a little distracting with me tickling you with my paintbrush. Okay, so now I need you to stand up and let the robe drop. Whenever you're ready, of course, I want you to be comfortable through this whole process. Oh, no, it's okay. Your body's gonna do what your body's gonna do. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. The very act of body painting can certainly be intimate, and that can cause, you know, biological reactions. I have an idea, though, for how to make you feel a little more comfortable, if you're open to it. What if I joined you? What if I wore what you're wearing? Nothing at all. Then we would be even, wouldn't we? Do you think that might help? There. Now, hold very still, won't you? I wouldn't want to have to start all over again. What? Oh. Yeah, I'm fine. Why? Oh, yeah. Well, that whole thing about biological reactions, That goes for me too. I can't help it. You're just like really, really attractive, and my body's just responding. Beautiful? Wow, that's a lovely thing to say. Do you mean it? You think I have a beautiful body? Well, what do you like about it? Maybe I'm fishing for a few compliments. Yeah, sue me. Oh, very nice. You're a smooth guy. I like that you like them. I like your body too. A lot. It's been torture being so close to you. I mean, it doesn't matter that we don't know each other. Things like this, it's animal instinct. Something left over from the caveman days. I'm not sure I'll be able to keep my hands steady at this rate. I mean, not when I'm so distracted thinking about your gorgeous lips and your pretty pink tongue. A girl could get lost kissing a mouth like yours. What do you think? Should we seal this little collaboration of ours with a kiss? You. You are just delectable, you know that? I could certainly go for seconds or thirds or fourths. I can imagine an entire series of paintings just like this. Again? Already? Don't start what you can't finish.